Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Beauty, also known as The Rich Aunt. Welcome to yet another sit down for our normal weekly conversation, right? So in this week, we are still on the theme Refine March. So if you haven't watched the previous video, for the month of March, we have come up with a theme, and the theme is Refine March, right? So I don't want to go too much into the definition. So if you haven't watched the previous video, I would say before you watch this one, it's better you go and watch the previous week's video, right? Whereby we define what is Refine March and why are we refining in the month of March. So in this week, we are talking refining your morning routine, right? So we know that what makes a successful day is having a super great morning routine, right? Because a morning routine would set the tone for the day. And if you have a great day, you're going to have a great week. If you have a great week, you're going to have a great month. If you have a great month, you're definitely going to have a great year. So it is important that we have a great morning routine in place. We all have routines. We all follow a certain routine every single day. So a routine will then start in the morning. Remember, a routine is something that you do every day, and in most cases it's either happen at the same time. So a morning routine will then start in the morning, right? But then I have realized that for one to have a successful morning routine, it actually starts with having a night routine. So obviously the morning would come after the night, and it will always depend on how was your night. So your night will determine your morning. So if you slept late, there's a high chance that you might wake up late. If you slept early, there's a high chance that you might wake up early, right? So I have realized that, or rather, when I read the 5 a.m. Club, it had a section whereby it talks about a night routine, right? So a night routine starts from the minute you come back from work, from school, or whatever it is that you do, right? So your night routine would start at the end of your day. Say, for example, I knock off at 6 o'clock, right? So my night routine starts immediately after I knock off. So the things that I do at night, right, will prepare me for my morning routine the next day. So my night routine would be that I knock off at 6, I get home at 6:30, right? So number one, the first thing I do when I knock off, I drive 5 minutes from work to home, right? But one thing that I make sure is that after I knock off at 6. Sometimes we get out of the branch, say around 10 past or 6:15, right? The first thing that I would do is when I get into the car, I declutter my mind, right? So it's either I will listen to music or I will just scroll on Instagram, just to get off things out of my mind, especially work. Like, I am decluttering, I am taking off Beauty the manager, so that when I get home, I'm Beauty the daughter, I'm Beauty the sibling, I'm Beauty to my partner, so that I don't bring all these things from work to home. So I would have that few minutes whereby I declutter everything from work, and I just get into the zone of, now this is Beauty. We take away the title, we take away that I'm a leader at work, and so that when I get home, I'm actually a daughter, I'm actually a sister, and then I'm a partner as well to my soulmate, right? And I'm a friend to all my friends. Okay, so those few minutes to me, they matter a lot, whereby I just take off the leadership cap, I take off the managerial cap, and I take off being, Beauty the branch manager. And once that is done, I would then start the car and get on the way and get home. So when I get home, I would then spend a few minutes with family and then go to my room and change and just join them for dinner. Then after dinner, we'd watch a soapy or two. You know, I live in a typical black family whereby we watch Skim Sam, after Skim Sam we watch this, you watch that, you know. So I try to make sure that I at least watch two soapies with them, and then afterwards I would then come and then officially prepare myself for the next day, right? So one thing that should be on your night routine is preparation of the next day, right? So I would normally take a bath. After bathing, and then prepare my room for sleeping. You know, when I read the 5 a.m. club, it spoke a lot about preparing your room before you sleep. Make sure that the atmosphere is right. You make sure that the room is cool. You make sure that the room is clean. You prepare your, if you go to the gym, you prepare your gym clothes. You prepare your work outfit the night before, right? So when all those are done, then you can get to bed. And ever since I've executed that, it has really made my morning routines to be possible. It has made my morning routines to be what they are right now, and I'm able to execute everything that I want to do in the morning, right? So I would say it's very important that you prepare the next day, right? Have your to-do list in place. You know, write down what are the things that needs to be done tomorrow at work. If you're working at home, if you're at home, you know, I also think that even if you're currently unemployed, you should have a night routine to be able to have a morning routine. You must know what you're doing the next day. Where am I sending my CVs? Which website will I be visiting? You know, what am I doing tomorrow? Prepare yourself for interviews. You start, you know, just say that I got a call for an interview, even if you haven't received the call yet, but you start preparing yourself for your next interview. So all those things, you should have them on your to-do list, you know, so it prepares you that when you then get into the workspace, you would have gotten used to waking up early. So what I'm saying is that morning routine, night routine, it applies to everyone. Whether you are working, a student, a housewife, whatever it is that you do or you're currently employed, you need to have a night routine and you have to have a morning routine and also have a to-do list for the day, right? So back to the night routine. You need to make sure that the next day's activities are planned on your diary or your notepad. And the second thing is you prepare your uniform for the next day. Make sure that your clothes are ironed. We live in a South Africa with load shedding, so you cannot afford not to sleep without actually ironing your uniform. So you need to make sure that your clothes are prepared. If you're a mother, you prepare your clothes, your children's clothes, your spouse's clothes, and everyone's clothes are ready for the next day. And if you start your day with exercising or taking a walk or running, you need to make sure that the outfit for that is also prepared, because then it gives you that, you know, you definitely, because you prepared it, you're definitely gonna get into it and go take a run or a walk, whatever it is that you keep your body fit, right? So once you have prepared that, then you get to bed. So this is a very important one. You need to get to bed early. You need to sleep 8 hours. It is you know, it is very important, it is very crucial that you get your 8 hours of sleep. In the 5 a.m. club, they say you need to sleep 7 hours and 30 minutes. Then you know that you have slept enough and you are ready for the day. So it means that you then have to train yourself. You know, the same way you'd put a child to bed, you need to start putting yourself to bed on time, you know. And the things that you need to do when you get to bed, like I said, you make sure that the room is clean, you make sure that the room is cool, and once you have cooled up the room, you switch off the light, you take your phone, you put it away, and then maybe you'd be left with a side lamp. You take a book or a Bible, whatever it is that you'd want to read, maybe for 20 minutes, you know, just to make sure that your brain is you know, intact. So that's what you do. So you would go read a book, read a Bible, or read a night devotion. And then once you're done with it, you close it, and that must happen before 9 o'clock if you're gonna have to wake up at 5 o'clock. right? So sleeping early will help you wake up early and get the things done on your morning routine, right? So once you sleep early, definitely you're gonna wake up early. If you're an alarm person, put your alarm on to wake you up at 5, and believe you me, you're not gonna snooze. So that means that you might have less screen time, right? Because all this preparation will basically need you to be away from your phone. So already your mind is programmed, is in its stillness, so then it takes you away from your social media, TikTok and all that, right? Because you are busy. So that might take you about an hour. So once you're done with that, you put away the phone, don't get to it, then you will see you will be able to get to sleep on time, right? So once that is done, you are guaranteed, you are definitely guaranteed to have a great morning. You are going to be able to execute everything that is on your morning routine, right? So because everything has been prepared well, I believe that a night routine, a morning routine gets to benefit you in all areas of your life, because you're going to show up your best self as a parent, you're going to show up your best self as an employee, you're going to show up your best self as a partner, you're going to show up your best self in every area of your life. You also want to show up your best self in your finances, because I believe that when you do a night routine, you'd start preparing your next day meals, so instead of not being able to get to the lunchbox because you didn't prepare it, because you woke up late, then now you need to spend money for lunch. So such things can be avoided. So it means that when you have a night routine and a morning routine in place, it benefits all areas of your lives, and you can be able to save that 50 rand that you would spend on lunch, and now you're able to prepare your own lunch, so I do say that as we refine for the month of March, check out your night routine and also put together a great morning routine. But as we refine, right, we are saying that a great morning routine is determined by the night routine that you have. So let's go and revisit our routine. It doesn't have to be in writing or anything. Just think about your typical after 6 p.m. Just think about your typical morning. How is it? Is it a rush morning? Are you relaxed? Are you able to get all the things done? Do you get to work on time? So when we fix the morning routine, when you go and refine that morning routine, you have to look at all those aspects. If being late at work has been a problem for you, maybe you have to get to look into your morning routine and refine it and fix it out so that you can show up your best self. Because I believe that when you show up on time and prepared, you're definitely going to have a nice day. So until the next video, I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Until the next video, we continue to refine. I love you so much. Mwah.